Hey Zeeblies, so mom just picked me up from school and we just went and got snacks.
Look how cute these teas are. They're good too.
So yeah, and we're headed on the road now.
Headed to Ohio.
Hey Zeeblies, so we made it to the Ronald McDonald house. It's super nice. Savannah went down to find out how we order Uber Eats for dinner. Tomorrow I'll do a walkthrough for y'all. I'll try to do a walkthrough for y'all. It looks really nice. This is what our room looks like. I'm sitting in the corner and the drawers are still out. We haven't pushed them in, but this is what the room looks like. Your basic room, but yeah. So there's Banana. You wanna say hi? You forgot your mask. Did they say something?
No, I walked all the way down there and I was like, walk back.
Oh goodness.
I was like, no.
Oh goodness. So this
I'll
is
be right back.
the room.
What do I need to ask again? Because I forgot to.
Just tell them we're gonna order something from Panera, like Uber Eats here. How do I need to order it? Like, is there any specific way I need to order it? Or can I just order it normal?
Can you just come down with me? I don't get this wrong.
Good morning, Zeeblies. My hair is wild this morning. I slept on it wet. My curls dried crazy. So, it is appointment day, test day. So she has an x-ray, then we have an appointment with Dr. Garrison, and then she has her esophageal manometry. So that's what we're getting ready to go to this morning. She's had to be in PO all night, so as soon as I can get food in her, I will get food in her because her feeding tube will start popping. So we're gonna try and do that. This one section is driving me insane, but every time we stay at Ronald McDonald, they give us these 31 bags. So I'm packing up a bag today for the hospital that just kind of has like her feeding tube stuff, anything she'll need for her Malone and all that stuff, just for the hospital for today. So that is what we are doing. We're just gonna walk up to the hospital because we don't, need to drive today. We're literally right beside the hospital, so we don't need to drive today. So we're just gonna walk to the hospital. It's not raining or anything, so there's no need to drive. So that's just what we're doing today. Savannah's putting cream. I don't know if we've talked about what happened. Savannah all of a sudden got this rash all over her arm that just, we don't really know what it is. We thought maybe it was psoriasis. We're not really sure. So the doctor put her on antibiotics and antibiotic cream, and it's starting to clear her up really quick. And so, but it's
I'm like lathering it on.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So it's working really well. So that's what she's putting on now.
Hurt, but
it looked awful.
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So it's looking a whole lot better now. So we're clearing her up because she starts, she'll get in the pool on Monday. Today is, what is today, Friday? Yeah, Friday. So she'll get in the pool Monday, so we get her skin cleared up before she gets in her swimsuit with the swim team. So that's what's going on. Alrighty, we got x-ray done. Now we're waiting on doctor's appointment. Alright, we just finished eating and we're back in the room. I just took her antibiotic, and you want to tell them first off how the test went? Explain that. Explain what it is, how it works for people who have never had. It's an esophageal motility test.
So pretty much what they do is they stick a feeding tube down you, and it has little like sensors
Like,
on it.
they're kind of like metal sensors. I noticed that they were metal.
Yeah. And it's a more stiffer one to help it go down better, but honestly, it just makes you gag more because you can feel it. So they put that down into you, and then they give you like 4 mLs of like Gatorade, and then you swallow it when they tell you to swallow, but you try not to swallow. In that time span.
And they did it with a syringe, so
Yes.
it's not like with a straw or anything.
And they do it every it's like every 2 minutes they do another one. So they do that probably a good like 15 times, because I was watching it, so like 15 times. So they look to see how much your throat like contracts to make it go down, your esophagus and all that stuff. And there's more stuff that it doesn't really show, like right then and there, that it shows whenever you like really in detail look at it after.
Well, I noticed they also watch to wait for how long it takes for your throat to relax in between.
Yes.
How long it takes that it's like tensed up. Any of that stuff.
And so they do that, and then they do well, so it's supposed to be pudding, but the pudding's not gluten-free, so I had to do applesauce instead. They make you swallow a spoonful of applesauce, and then they give you a syringe. After like your throat calms down, they give you a syringe of Powerade to like wash it down. Since you can't really swallow more than one, so you try and swallow it all in one time. So they do that a good amount of times, and then they make you chug probably like this much Powerade, and they watch how your throat does, and then that's pretty much it.
And I did that
it's
twice.
About a 30-minute, which sounds long, but when you're doing stuff the whole entire time, it really goes by pretty quick.
So
and I pulled out my own tube, so
before that you had an x-ray.
Yes, I had an x-ray before that. I was backed up, but the way that the tube, my Malone tube was, that was kind of, I mean, it wasn't like a huge surprise because of the way the tube was like moved around.
You were flushed from where the tube ended and through, so we just needed to pull the tube back to flush that part further. So
yeah, so I have one. So he said maybe do like a double flush. So I'm thinking maybe do a double flush tomorrow since I slept all day today.
Or you could just do one more tonight right before you go to bed. Then that's your double.
That's true, but the problem with that is that I just did it maybe an hour or two ago.
Well, we'll just figure out what time you actually go to bed.
On my stomach.
So, and then you also got to practice the new way you're doing your Malone.
They let me practice. Ooh, you want to know a story about my Malone? Okay, so the tubing that they use, the catheter that you use.
Hold on. First off, if you're new here, Savannah doesn't have the button anymore.
No, I have a stopper, and then I have a long catheter. It's like this long, and you stick it in halfway, so it's not like.
So pretty much she's cathing her intestines every night instead of having a button that's constantly in there like her feeding tube.
Yes. So, I was practicing taking it in and out, and then I practiced putting the stopper in. He took out a stitch. That hurt. It hurt. And then I have a small little, like, I don't know if it's like a chunk of stitch that has a little bit of blood or something.
Or it's just like a scab or something.
It might have been a scab, and he tried to pull that off, but it hurt too bad, and he was like, I'm not going to mess with it. I don't want to, like.
Savannah's a bleeder also.
I'm a bleeder.
We've learned that.
Yes. Every little thing, it's like blood.
Yeah.
So we were trying to do less invasive stuff. I didn't really bleed that much. I've definitely bled more from my Malone site, but I was doing my irrigation earlier, and the way that the tube is, there's no clamp. So,
they should have given you a stopper for the bottom, the thing.
They didn't give me one.
Okay, I'll look at your stuff.
Or else I didn't see one. So I was, I had a little bit of irrigation solution left, so I used the syringe and I pushed it in, so then I could just put air through the catheter, so when I take it out, it's not just like a bunch of like stool and stuff inside the catheter. I took out this freaking
The air came out?
syringe. No, I took out the freaking syringe and some of the water just started spewing out. I go over the sink real quick and I was like, ew. And so I had to like reflush it, and then I cleaned all of it up. Thankfully I didn't get any on me, but it was just gross.
Well, you were taking a shower afterwards anyway, so
That's
even
true.
if you did, you were
That's
taking a
true.
shower.
But yeah.
So, that's where we are. Her results won't be back for a week or two, but her doctor is out for 2 weeks for vacation anyways, so it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before we hear results. However, Savannah did hear the lady say that she was training a lady. The lady had been putting down NG tubes. That wasn't a new thing for her. She actually placed Savannah's. She's new at the testing side of things, and she did hear her quietly, and I saw her point.
Oh, sorry.
I did hear her point, or see her point at something, but I couldn't hear what she was saying. But Savannah did hear her say something about something being abnormal, so we'll see when we get the word back from the doctor.
And here's the thing. I know this sounds bad, and I've said it before. There is a difference between, it's a good thing that it's abnormal, but there's a difference between being like, yeah, I want to be sick, and being
Just,
like,
it's answers.
yes, answers, because everything else they've done, they haven't gotten answers from. So hopefully they can find answers from this.
And this issue, I just had a picture pop up on my time hop exactly a year from today. Savannah had her allergy test done, which is where we found out she had all the meat allergies. So this has been going on for probably about a year and a half to this extent. So we've been trying to figure this out for about a year and a half now. So it's not that she wants to be sick, obviously.
No.
We don't want to have to travel to Ohio. We don't want her to have to be different from other teenagers. She wants to live a normal life. She wants to be normal. She doesn't want to have to do these medical things at night. However, Savannah's losing a ton of weight. She's not being able to eat the way she needs to eat, and we need to find answers so that we can get her where she needs to be.
And anybody who has POTS or EDS will know when you lose weight rapidly, your POTS is 10 times worse, and your EDS, your joints are too wide.
You're pale.
75.
You're pale.
But like your EDS and all of that stuff, it just goes downhill. So.
Well, all of her doctors can just look at her and are like, you've lost weight. We see it. So it's not like she's lost 5 pounds. No, we're down 15 pounds. It's very visible. Her sweatpants she was wearing today are practically falling off of her. She's just super skinny, and so we just need to get healthy weight on her, and especially because she starts swim, actually in the pool swim, on Monday. So, and she's back to dance. So
yes, so I'm gonna be
2 different physical things.
But at the same time, it'll be good for me to gain muscle because it'll help with my EDS. So it's an iffy thing because I need to gain weight.
It's a fine line.
It's a fine line because if we stop that stuff, then I just go downhill more. But if we continue it and I don't gain weight, I'll go downhill too. Yeah. So it's that iffy thing of in between.
So there's your update on Savannah and where she is with her health. That's where we've been with her. So we're gonna sign off here. We're just chilling tonight and whatnot, and I'm going to edit and try and get some vlogs up for you.
I probably won't sleep for a while. I'll probably stay up pretty late.
You do need to do a feed, and we gotta get fluids in her. We didn't get fluids in her last night, so we gotta get that stuff in her. So anyways, I will talk to y'all later.